Another day, another Trump double standard involving what Russia does, or really what any other country does, what any country other than Russia does. Towards the end of our New Year's break, Donald Trump accused China on Twitter of allowing oil to go into North Korea, saying, hey, this is an impediment to solving the North Korean problem. Trump's exact tweet said, caught red-handed, very disappointed that China is allowing oil to go into North Korea. There will never be a friendly solution to the North Korea problem if this continues to happen. Now, before we get to the hypocrisy, I'll mention it's not actually clear that China did what Trump says they did. We don't know at this point whether China did or didn't allow oil to go into North Korea. What we do know is that just 2 days later, a Russian tanker absolutely, definitely fueled up North Korean vessels, as reported by Reuters. Reuters reporting Russian tankers have supplied fuel to North Korea on at least 3 occasions in recent months by transferring cargoes at sea, according to 2 senior Western European security sources, providing an economic lifeline to the secretive communist state. This is a breach of sanctions. Russia doing this directly violates sanctions that are currently in place, but Donald Trump has been completely silent on this. And to be clear, I don't want to be accused of hiding this. There's no evidence right now that it was Russian state actors that did this, but rather these are reports of individual Russian actors choosing to do this. But it still violates sanctions, and certainly the Kremlin is, while not necessarily behind this or endorsing it, they've done nothing about it. They've said nothing about it. So let's break this down sort of into its component pieces. Whether or not this particular China story is true, Donald Trump is actually correct to say, and I've said this before, China is an impediment to solving the North Korean problem. There's no doubt about it. China could be part of a solution, but they're actually part of the problem here. The problem is that if countries helping North Korea get in the way of motivating them to come to the table and maybe be a part of constructive discussions, you've got to criticize Russia for it as well. But this has a further effect. Obviously, Trump is a hypocrite, right? And it always happens to be hypocrisy about not criticizing Russia. It's never Chile that has evaded Donald Trump's criticism. It's not Madagascar or Switzerland that Trump could criticize but chooses not to. It's always Russia. But the bigger impact is that because Trump only slams China and not Russia for effectively the same thing, it actually fuels the right-wing talking point of, well, why aren't we better friends with Russia? After all, they're not doing anything wrong. Well, they are. They are doing things that Trump is slamming other countries for doing, but his acolytes will never hear about it because Trump doesn't mention it when it comes to Russia. Fox and Friends doesn't mention it. That means it might as well not exist to President Trump himself. And that's the problem of the echo chamber that I've been talking about for years now. And speaking of Fox and Friends, it might not be that Trump is choosing not to slam Russia. He probably didn't know Russia did this because Fox and Friends isn't talking about it, and he seems to get a lot of his news from Fox and Friends. We know he gets his daily propaganda file. Twice a day, it's Propaganda O'Clock, where he's only told great things that other media outlets are saying about him. So anyway, it's very depressing, but it connects to this bigger picture I've been talking about, which is that we are never going to convince the committed Trumpists that he is failing at his job. And with 50% voter turnout in the US and a total lack of awareness from the Trumpists about what is even going on, I've run the numbers before, Trump can win with a 27% approval, even less if you fine-tune the math super specifically. That's why I'm worried about 2018. Because even with these very low approval ratings that Donald Trump has, with the historically stunningly low midterm election turnout rates, Donald Trump and Democrats can do really well. And Republicans can do really well in 2018 and in 2020, even with these low approval ratings, which is why we all have to be activating around getting out the vote and the midterms, and we will be doing exactly that. You can discuss this or any other story of interest on our subreddit at davidpakman.com/REDDIT. Very close to 5,000 subscribers on that subreddit, which I think will hit very, very soon, thanks to many of you. Today's program is brought to you in part by Skillshare. It is January. You're probably starting to think about really making good on those New Year's resolutions. Some people resolve to go to the gym. I know my gym is very, very busy in January and February. Some people say, I'm going to call mom more often. But our sponsor, Skillshare, is encouraging you to learn a new skill in 2018. Skillshare is an online learning platform with over 18,000 classes in design, business, technology, and more. And whether you're trying to deepen your professional skill set or start some kind of side business or just explore something new, Skillshare will keep you learning in 2018 and beyond. I actually did a logo design course on Skillshare, and I am such a novice when it comes to the creative arts. I don't even know, how do you even start thinking generally about the shape of a logo? And it was a really great class taught by an excellent, excellent teacher. And just in time for the new year, Skillshare is offering our listeners and viewers for a limited time 3 months of Skillshare for 99 cents. This is an absurdly good deal. To sign up, go to Skillshare.com/Pakman99. Once again, go to Skillshare.com/PAKMAN99 to get 3 months of Skillshare for only 99 cents. Act now for this special New Year's offer and start learning a new skill today.